Hello and welcome to the last week of my Top Performers series where I cover the best players from all four major regions when it comes to the regular season and go over some stats with you. There are usually surprises on this board. A lot of people will be like, oh wow, why is that person up there, not this player? I thought X player looked better than Y player. This is stats based and not necessarily the eye test, so when push comes to shove, the stats are what the stats are, You can't deny stats. No matter how much you try, stats are always, a thing. Just one second. So, yeah, stats are what they are. So we're going to go over that. I go over the KDA, simple. Everyone knows what KDA is. And then a couple core stats that are pretty simple to explain. I don't get into the nitty gritty with jungle proximity. And early on in the split, I was tracking ganks and things like that. And I think I stopped. I was doing gank percentages, success rates, and stuff like that, but I just felt like it was too nitty gritty for this channel and what people would have wanted, so I stopped. But that is what it is. I didn't at the time think I was going to do this sort of content. In the description, you will see the Discord link. There, you can come join us. We're watching games, BS, in the text channel. Some people do watch parties if you'd like to do that. As long as the mod is there, I don't care in case someone says something stupid. And the Patreon link is in the description. You'll see a general support tier, which is just kind of throwing me $5 for trying to continue to keep this channel alive so I don't have to, I can do this as a job instead of, saying I can't do this and I actually have to get a job, right? And then at the same time, I also have a $20 tier, which I go over my predictions for who I think is going to win there for people that do esports gambling, as well as doing picks for over under for players. Also, lastly, later on today you will see a video of my LPL playoff preview as well as wrap up of the LPL. There I will go over my opinions of the LPL summer split, go over the teams, go over what I think is going to happen in playoffs, as well as my All-Star team. So if you'd like that, subscribe to the channel. Now on to this after that long ass intro. LPL Summit is the top laner again. Last week I took a little heat for that, but stats are what they are. FPX, so 8-3-13, 1,000 damage per minute. He only played one series, so his stats were not watered down. 1,000 damage per minute, and 40% of FPX's damage came from him in that one. So that's pretty much why he ended up there. It's hard to deny that looking at it. ZDZ from Anyone's Legend went 16, 17, and 15. Very active in top lane. 70% kill participation and 36% of Anyone's Legend's kills in top lane. Jungle, June from IG went 25, 15, and 40. 34% of the team's kills, 18% of their damage. Aki from OMG, another jungler, 7, 9, and 33. 82 KP and 16 damage share. Normally, you don't see very high damage share, anything even close. 20 is like usually the highest we see. KP, 80%, very solid. And 34% kill share for the jungle is actually really high too, because usually they're around 20%. Mid lane, Knight from top went 27, 4, and 21. 44% of top's kills. 740 damage per minute. Cream from OMG went 17, 6, and 23, 82 KP, just like his jungler Aki, and 35% of the team's kills. In bot lane, the Victory 5 bot lane would appear completely on here, both of them. Photic, 14, 1, and 13 in their one series they played. 82 KP, 35% of the damage. Light from LNG went 15, 1, and 9 in his one series. 44% of the team's kills and over 1,000 damage per minute. PP God, Victory 5, 4, 2, and 24 alongside Photic, 85 KP. And then Mark from top went 4, 9, and 44 with 79 KP in the support role. LCK, Doran from Gen G, weak side king, 12, 11, 37. 70 KP, 23% of the team's damage. After him, you have Rascal from KT going 15, 10, and 33. 19% of the team's kills and 23% of the damage as well. Owner from T1 appearing on this list once more. 14, 11, and 28. 18% of T1's damage, 27% of their kills. Dread from Nongshim did great. I mean, Nongshim actually played 2 great series down the split. It's a shame they didn't play like that the rest of, the other, 9 weeks of the split, 8 weeks of the split. So 16, 2, and 34, 400 damage per minute, 17 damage share. Vikla, the other solo laner from KT Rolster, 17, 10, and 45, 77 KP and 29% of the team's damage. BDD, playing like he did years ago, going 14, 3, and 29, 680 damage per minute, and 29 damage share as well. Prince from Sandbox put on a clinic in the bot lane this past week, going 44, 3, and 28, 83 kill participation, and over half of Live Sandbox's kills. And then as a surprise, Duckdom actually did very well, going 16, 8, and 16 with 35% of his team's damage and 825 damage per minute. Cal, Prince's support went 5, 5, and 74, 91 KP. Not a lot happened without Cal involved. And then Kellen from Dom1 also played very well, 5, 8, and 34, 87 KP. I did not expect Dom1's bot lane to appear on here this week, but it happened looking at, the aggregate of the stats. LEC, top lane was pretty weak. Vizicachi was the top one, going 7, 10, and 11, which doesn't sound that good. However, 650 damage per minute is the best in the LEC this past week. You cannot deny that he put up damage. 26% of Astralis' kills as well. Irrelevant from Misfits went 11, 14, and 28, 72 KP, and 28% of Misfits' damage. Yankos from G2, 14, 6, and 32, 16% of the team's damage, 400 damage per minute. Syncroft finally shows up from BDS in the jungle, definitely their best player. 10, 10, and 23, 89 KP, and 27 kill share. Not a lot happened without Syncroft making it happen for them. Larson from Rogue went 25 and 25, so 20 kills, 5 deaths. 90 kill participation and 40 kill share. So 20 kills, that was 40% of Rogue's kills for the week, and 90 KP means everything pretty much had Larson involved. Caps from G2, 14, 4, and 29, 660 damage per minute, and 27 damage share. Now this is going to draw some heat. I got heat the last couple days because I didn't have Upset as the MVP. And I explained it, and I'm going to explain it again here after I go over these numbers. So comp from Rogue, top rated 80 carry from this past weekend. 19, 6, and 24, 86% of the team's kills had him involved, 825 damage per minute. Unforgiven from Mad Lion, 16, 8, and 27 was the other top 80 carry, 1,100 damage per minute, the highest on the board, 42% of Mad Lions' damage, and that's what it comes down to. Upset did have the best KDA of the 80 carries, but he did not put up the damage like the other 80 carries did, and it's as simple as that. Support, Mursa from Misfits, 1, 11, and 47, 89 KP, and then Kaiser, Unforgiven support from Mad Lions, 4, 10, and 40 with 83 KP. In the LCS, Fudge, C9, 18, 9, and 32 in 4 games, 22 kill share, 640 damage per minute. Someday from 100 Thieves went 5, 7, and 17, 61 KP, which was high for the top lane, and 27% of 100 Thieves damage came from him. Spica from TSM was the top-rated jungler, going 13, 13, and 20. 30% of TSM's kills came from Spica, and 18% of their damage, which actually was tied for the highest. That just right alongside Owner and June, 18%, very high number. Inspired from EG, 11, 4, and 24, 21 kill share, and 16 damage share. So it kind of just shows you Inspired had a better KDA, but had 9% less kills relative to his team and dealt less damage relative to his team. Jensen from C9, 27, 8, and 35. 33% of the team's kills came from Jensen. He played in Anivia this past week. 635 damage per minute. Maple from TSM. So Spica and Maple show up here. And I mean, I don't expect anything great out of this team going into playoffs or anything, but I do feel like you do have to respect Spica and Maple, especially because solo and top lane is actually relatively, like, you know, under control. You don't expect solo to int or anything, so Spica can focus on mid, try and get Maple ahead. And I mean, Maple is a world-class mid laner, maybe not quite elite like he may have been considered over the years, but he is a world-class mid laner. 10, 10, and 18, 675 damage per minute, 29% of TSM's damage came from him. So nearly half of the damage came from Spica and Maple this past week. Danny from EG continues to be the top-rated 80 carry, going 22, 5, and 16, 36% of EG's damage, and 825 damage per minute. Johnson from FlyQuest makes everything happen, 28, 12, and 10, 57% of the team's kills. He is the carry for FlyQuest without a doubt. 7, 15 damage per minute, just to kind of show you. Danny was number 1 in damage per minute, and Johnson was number 2, and it is literally over 100 damage per minute different. Who Heat from 100 Thieves, top rated support, 5, 5, and 25, 86 KP. And then Core JJ went 2, 12, and 35 with 86 KP. So those are your top performers of the week. If you have any comments, comment down below. I don't mind chit-chatting, going over some stats and things like that if people would like to discuss it. On the Discord, under the extra content tab or channel, you will find the complete list for this. It is based in tiers. There are no stats on that board, but I do post the board so you can see it. Like I said, later today I will do my LPL roundup, wrap-up video, whatever, and preview for the playoffs. So subscribe if you want to watch that, like the video if you like it, and thank you for watching.